All right. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you after a very, very, successful night flight we had last night. Our Wednesday night broadcast was a lot of fun. What's becoming like a new tradition on Polymax Particles, I feel like, Tony, I want to start the show just really quickly by acknowledging a couple of these comments I'm seeing on the comments line already. For example, Ian Weiland. Okay, one of my favorite guys is Ian Weiland. He goes, I'm just sitting here playing, I'm tapping Eruption by Eddie Van Halen note for note right now. Okay, good for you. And then that rules. I love Eruption. Anything with Eddie Van Halen, I'm interested. And then number two, my guy Rags from New Jersey. What's up, Rags? Good to see you on board today. Rags made a comment, and I guess / question. I'll bounce off you, Tony. Seeing as how you're kind of a discriminator when it comes to being left-handed and you hate right-handed people like me.
I do.
How do you feel about Sylvester Stallone being one of the more famous southpaws of all time? Like Rocky is all about, I'm a southpaw.
Love it.
So, like, do you hold Stallone like in high regard because of his left-handed prowess? Tony, go ahead.
Hell yes, dude. And for those that didn't tune in last night, we had a big lefty session last night. I lefty snobbed out like crazy.
You really did. No, it got crazy. It got to the point of the absurd almost. Yeah.
And also, that's a nice tease for our Clothes in the Attic segment later in the show, because when we bring out articles of clothing from our closet or drawers, that's a good tease. That's maybe a left-handed theme for me today, Paulie. But dude, of course, Rocky, and he's got that position, right? He's got that position. It's a boom, right? It's a jab, right, jab, right. Boom,
but here's the thing. Here's the contradiction, Tony, the conundrum, if you will. Here's the dilemma that we're faced with as a community on Polymac Particles. I'm going to diving into the show in a second, but we got to address the dilemma first.
Sure.
You got to think about this really interesting twist now, Tony. See, in Rocky 1, okay, which is probably, it's the best movie in the whole lot. I mean, that thing won Best Picture at the Academy Awards. One Best Picture. Come on.
Sure.
He goes the distance with Apollo Creed in Rocky 1, but he does take the L. Walks away with an L. Now, Rocky 2, fast forward, Mickey's training them. They're going to take another run at Apollo Creed. You know what Balboa does? He switches to right-handed.
Yeah, I know.
They make him switch, and then he wins. Then he beats Apollo. I'm just throwing it out there as a gentle piece of evidence. Tony, I'll take all your reactions, good and bad.
It's fine. He's adapting to the situation. I get it. But, dude, you know why I'm so messed up in the head, Paulie, is because back in the day, people tried to make me a right-hander. Right, they used to put my right, my left. They used to like put my put my left arm behind my back and make me throw things with my right arm.
Who are these people? Who's they?
Relatives that thought, and then also left-handed golf clubs weren't readily available for kids back in the day, so I had to start golf as a righty, and I hated it. I sucked. I still suck, but at least I suck less as a lefty. So then I finally was able to, I said, I can't do this righty. I'm full lefty. I'm going full lefty. But you know what's weird? You talked about you being a left-handed kicker. I'm sorry, left-handed kicker. Left-footed kicker.
Yeah,
I'm a right-footed kicker.
See, so we got that kind of,
I mean, but when we show up at open tryouts for the Niners, when is that? In July? To take Moody's job? First of all, the show will no longer exist. So sorry, guys, when we take
I'm going to be working with the Niners. I got 17 games to prep for. Tony, by the way, if you were going to be the new kicker for the San Francisco 49ers, what would your number be? What number would you choose?
I would probably go the year I was born, 73.
Okay, I'm thinking if that number's taken right now, but that's cool. That's a good one.
It is. I don't think it is. Was that Leo Nomalini? I think that was Leo Nomalini's number back in the day.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's taken now, although the NFL and Roger Goodell, because he has to have his fingers in everything in the NFL, and he gets bonused on everything, by the way.
By himself. He bonuses himself. Stand by. I can't take your call right. I can't take your call right now. I'm in the middle of writing myself a bonus check. Call me back later. Tony, go ahead.
Totally.
Yeah,
but after I'm done writing that bonus check, no kickers can't have a number in the 70s. So pick something lower. So if I pick something lower, I might go just like 00 in honor of like Jim Otto and Jeffrey Leonard.
Okay. Yeah, dude, it's good. I asked, you answered. That's good with me. All right, Tony, I want to talk about Low Steed, Carlos De La Fuente. At My Flex Now, or Flex Funding. And by the way, Tony, I want to talk about Dom. He had a big day yesterday. Dom Peralta, our art director. I see him on board. Scott, Leah, Rags, Pine Needle. What's up, Pine Needle? Great handle, dude. Pine Needle. Welcome aboard. Danny Ogden, he's back in the house again. Welcome aboard, Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
But I want to talk about Carlos, who had a big day yesterday as well. Carlos De La Fuente with his 26 years of experience, and he is also a proud San Francisco native. Tony closed a deal yesterday with one of the members of the Polymac Particle community, which makes me very happy because now we got people assisting people in the scene, and I love that. And Carlos is a great guy. You've seen him on board. We saw his robe last night, dude. He looked amazing in that silky robe. Very plush. Silky.
Incredible.
He pulled it off, and he had the cap on. He was looking like a badass. Carlos at Flex Funding can handle all of your financial questions, financial entanglements, if you want to call them that. There it goes with the sign.
There's Los right there.
Yeah, Los D. Thank you, Los. And he's looking pretty fly, I got to say. But underneath that robe is a plethora of knowledge when it comes to the financial world. Why don't you do this? Grab a pen, jot down some contact info. You can email him your questions or concerns. Carlos at myflexnow.com. You can call him as well, 925-250-4894. And again, as I've said before, there are times in life when you're going to need a loan and your back is up against the wall and you got payments to make and there's no way you can pull it off. That's the time you talk to a guy like Carlos. He's a stand-up guy. He's going to treat you like a friend instead of some nameless, client that nobody cares about. It's the exact opposite. You're going to get a very positive experience at Flex Funding. It's also very painless, and he's going to work to suit your needs. That's what I like about Carlos. He is not going to try to strong arm you into a place where now you're operating in fear and confusion. And it's like, well, Carlos, that's never going to happen. Carlos is here to serve you and your needs. So just let him know what you're faced with and let him find a good solution for your financial challenges. He also specializes in HELOC loans, home equity lines of credit with no appraisal fees. In fact, Tony, when you're talking about Carlos at Flex Funding, there are no appraisal fees. There are no hidden fees of any kind at any time. No escrow fees, no title fees. And I like this too. He cares about your time and how busy we all are these days. Usually can close within 8 days. That's the average. So it's not like this thing's going to drag out for a calendar month. He's going to get you on your way as quickly as possible, Tony. So reach out to Los, have a conversation, just break the ice and tell him the situation you're in and let him go to work for you, Creative Tony, because he's helping out the community and it makes me very happy.
Dude, the reason I posted the picture of Los in the robe with his first PMP Army closing is that he thinks outside the box. And I feel like there's a lot of situations, especially in the Bay Area or in the state of California, tax-wise and monetarily, that you need to think outside the box. So if you got a situation where you think you can't take it to Los, take it to Los. Yeah. Seriously, have a chat with him and robe up if you want to, man. He'll but I'm riffing, but I'm just saying he thinks outside the box, man. That's what I like about Los. And when you hang with Los too, he's just a genuine person, man, who really does care about helping you out. You know what I mean?
I want to say, as you said, take it to Los. Tony just had another idea for a song parody for Carlos De La Fuente. And I don't know where it came from, but I'm pulling this one out of thin air. Shout out Kevin Cronin and REO Speedwagon. You remember that? Yeah, here it comes. Do you remember that track they did? They had a bunch of good tunes. I got no problem with Wagon. I don't. I got no problem with Speedwagon. Zero.
No, me neither. Me neither.
But the name, dude, Wagon. You know what I mean? What are you doing tonight? I got 2 tickets for Wagon. Who's with me? There was a track they had called Take It on the Run. You take it on the run, baby. Totally. So now I'm going to do a song for Carlos. You take it to the Los, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby. I hope you guys like that. That's an invention I just created on the spot. Take it to the Los, baby. Yeah.
Do you remember the hand jive from Greece? And then we'll wrap it up with Los and move on in the show.
You want thumbs? Give me the. You got to go like 1 potato, 2 potato, and then you're chucking thumbs. Yeah. I forgot about that. You got to get that.
Don't forget about that. But also, remember when the guy says, "How low can you go?" How about how low can you go?
How low can you? Actually, hold on. Maybe Satan can help with this. Hold on a second. Let me get Satan back on board for this one.
How low can you go? How low can you go? By the way, hold on.
That's the first time Satan's ever beatboxed in the history of the universe. Let me try that again.
How low can you go? How low can you go? That's right, y'all.
All right. Anyway, Carlos is the man. Give him a call today and let him go to work for you. He will get you in a better financial reality. Thank you, Carlos. We appreciate you as a sponsor in a big, big way. By the way, last thing on Carlos, and you got something too, Tony. I see him on Twitter a lot. And you know what he's talking about a lot? Niners. The guy's a Niner head. So if you want to break the ice with Carlos, he talks some 49ers. And by the way, the draft, right around the blanking corner. You know who's doing outstanding work on the draft is our main man, Larry Krueger. He's out there. I don't even know if he sleeps anymore. He's posting shows. He's putting draft projections up there all the time. Have you been checking out his draft stuff, Tony?
Dude, yeah. He and Los is on fire, and Los is on something about the Niners' struggles in the draft. Like, check out Los on Twitter if you can find him, Carlos De La Fuente. I can give you his handle too. I forget what he is on Twitter. It's at Los DLF, at Los DLF on Twitter.
Nice.
So check him out. But Paulie, just back to what we were talking about with Los just being a genuine dude. That's why we connect with him, dude, is because he's genuine. I feel like this whole PMP army is genuine. And so I just want people to really believe in it. And it says, what is Los D? He just checked in, by the way. Hold on.
He's all over the place. Yeah, Los is rocking today. He's part of the scene. Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe all these years later, I may get a Paulie song in my honor. Humbled.
You take it to the Los, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby. That's all I have so far. Give me some more time to work on that. All right, Tony. Also, I have a bunch of housekeeping items I want to start the show with today, if you don't mind. Yes.
Well, real quick, as you mentioned housekeeping, Paulie, I want to give Steve Bisecchio some love too, because he noticed right out of the gates, dude. He asked if your Motley Crue vinyl behind you on the set is a new addition. And then I have a new addition on the set as well that was given to us last night in the mailbag.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about this. So I had my buddy Rod Brooks over the other day, last week, and we were hanging out, and he was looking through all my vinyl, and he was like, dude, I love it. You know where it's funny, Tony? Brooksy, he came over. You know what he went to first? Like like a magnet drew him right in. He went right to the Pearl Jam. He started flipping through the Pearl Jam records. He was like, oh, this is a good one. That's a good one. And then he was looking at my setup here, and Brooksy was like, dude, you got all these records. Why don't you just like display a different record every few shows and like change it out, get a rotation going? And I was like, you know what? That's a good call, Brooksy. So in honor of Rod Brooks, this is my first one I've decided to put up because it's such a strong image. And that is Vince Neil's leather clad crotch, I guess you can say. He's got the handcuffs, the studded bands. That's Motley Crue's first record. Too fast for love. How do you feel about Too Fast for Love, Tony?
I love Too Fast for Love. Seriously, I love it. It's like my introduction to the Crew, and I'll stand by that and Shout at the Devil. I mean, and Theater of Pain.
Boy, you're rough on Theater of Pain. Yeah, you've really you're rough on Theater.
I like Theater of Pain. It's just not as good as Too Fast for Love or Shout at the Devil. That's all.
I would agree. But I got to, you know what, Tony? I got a soft spot for Theater of Pain because that's the first time I saw him. I saw him on that tour, and that was like my introduction to the Crew. Hey, we're getting supers here. Dom's a super. Ray Goodman's a super. If you want to get those guys up, Tony, I'll go ahead. Let's give those guys some love because we do appreciate supers always.
He says, Satan, get on the mic. Dom Peralta says, Satan, get
Satan, Satan's around. He'll be back. Don't even worry about it, Dom. I got you covered. Yeah.
Tomorrow we should bring Satan back to put another spell on the Houston Rockets. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a good call, actually, with the series beginning this weekend. And then there was another one, Tony. There was one more super.
Yeah. I think it was Ray because, dude, my fellow lefty Ray. What's up, Ray? That is Noemi's. Yeah, that's Noemi's better half. And he look at the picture. He is playing righty, although he is a lefty at heart. And by the way, I would argue,
dude,
that when you pick up a guitar and you use your left hand on the fretboard, that because honestly, when I was a kid and I picked up a guitar, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm playing lefty because I was doing more with my left hand than my right hand. But
I got you.
That's for another day. An argument for another day, Paulie. Thank you, Ray, for the super, dude.
Yeah, but I got to make sure that I honor Ray's comment because Ray had another great song parody suggestion for Los D, and I love where your head's at, Ray. Taking it to Los D, taking it to Los D. Whoa. Great call, dude. Great call, Ray. Maybe you and I lay that one down. I need access to a good studio so we can get back to cooking up with grease. Hey, I got I do have a song parody written and ready to record. I'm trying. Trust me, you guys, there's so much going on behind the scenes. We're still really, the soundboards are now set up and part of the show, as Satan just demonstrated a minute ago, or as something like this. I don't know why I like this one so much, Tony, but I have a good time with this. I'm at the scorer's table right now. Very childish, but I get a kick out of that. I don't know. I like the air horn. Sue me. You know what I mean? But I got to say that hopefully this weekend, I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to record on this thing. And as soon as the point is, Tony, as soon as I can start getting songs back on the show, I will. And hopefully it'll be as early as next week. Now,
hey, Paulie, Rising Wolf is asking that you better back up that record selection on your shelf with a little Dead Flowers. He also said Ween's Crotch Belt record. I don't know if you have that on vinyl, but he's shouting out Ween. I'm a Ween fan, by the way.
Shout out Dean Ween. What a great name, Dean Ween. Yeah,
dude, and shout out the song "Your Party" is a great. It's a four chord jam that's just very very funny. The song is funny because Ween can be goofy. They can be very goofy. If you
four chord jam, Tony, give me that's a simplified track with 4 chords. That's my specialty. Let me ask you this: can you name one song, mainstream song, that only features 1 chord, the entire song?
No.
I got one for you. Let me give you one. The Grateful Dead covered this in it's a Beatles song. Tomorrow Never Knows. The whole song is 1 chord. It's just like a drone. It's really cool. All right, Tony. Housekeeping. Yeah, housekeeping stuff. Now, I don't know if you got to see any of the highlights or any of the Dallas Sack game that was happening while we were on the air last night. But after we got off the air last night, I went downstairs and I was watching all the highlights in the post game. And I got to tell you, it did make me very happy to see Klay Thompson go off like that. In the second quarter, Klay got hot. He hit 3. He was 4 of 4. Actually, let me check that. I think he was 5 of 5. He was 5 of 5 field goals in the second quarter, including 4 threes. It was just fun to see Klay get kind of hot like that, because when Klay gets the hot hand, there might not be a better show in the entire NBA. The way he can light up a building, the 37 points in a quarter, the 60-point game in 3 quarters in Chicago a few years ago. So it was a little glimpse of that last night, and you could tell in the post game how meaningful that was to Klay Thompson. Like that was a big deal. And now, Tony, they are on their way to play Memphis. That's an interesting matchup. I like Dallas. I got to tell you, I like Dallas in this matchup.
I'm definitely rooting for Dallas. That's for damn sure. I don't want to see air gun advancing. I really don't.
I don't either. And I think with Memphis, they just don't know how to win. They just don't know how to win yet. They have talent, but they're firing coaches midseason. They're I don't know. There's just something's askew down there to me. And I think Dallas is a little bit more cohesive right now.
It was weird too watching the Memphis game that he's not a fill-in coach. He's the interim coach. I forget his name for Memphis right now, but they kept showing him with his finely coiffed blonde hair.
Oh, my guy from Finland or whatever. Yeah. The guy. Yeah.
Dude, he totally reminded of like a grown-up version of the kid from Harry Potter, who's a total dick in Harry Potter. Do you know what I'm talking about? The blonde kid who's a total dick. I forget his name. I'm blanking on his name.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, Malfoy. Yeah, thank you, Dom. My son Dom's over here on the other side. He's homesick today, so Dom just helped me out and he said Malfoy. So he said, "Yeah, he reminds me of her."
Yeah, tell Big D, Uncle Paul. He says, "Get better soon, Big D, and take it slow. Enjoy your day off. Watch some TV. Make your old man get you some soup. Shit like that. Take advantage." That's what I'm saying.
Right after the show, I'll be making him pastina soup. And if anybody doesn't know what pastina is, then you better come correct. It's a great chicken broth and add pastina and maybe an egg drop in there, maybe some green onions, some Parmesan. You're looking good.
How about some chopped carrots? What do you got a problem with the carrots? You don't want to get look at you. Look at this. The guy
maybe
hates right-handers. He hates carrots. I don't know what kind of guy I'm dealing with. All right,
speaking of carrots, dunk a carrot into your peanut butter jar and just have fun with the sweet and savory delight of carrots and peanut butter. Nobody does it. I'm telling you. Dunk a carrot in and just take a long carrot and just go dunk right in and then take a big bite.
I'll see if I can arrange that later in the show, Tony. In the meantime, some housekeeping items. Now, this is obviously today's Thursday. Giant baseball, by the way, at 1:00 today. The final game in Philly. Your guy Jordan Hicks on the hill. Where's Creative Tony with Jordan Hicks? He's still kind of standoffish, or is he winning you up?
Like, where are you? I'm waffling, Paulie. 5.87 ERA so far this season. 15 innings pitched, 15 hits. Okay.
Yeah.
And 6 walks. So 21 people on board in his 15 innings, but also 14 Ks. So the guy's got electric live stuff, but I also don't like he's got to just work on the location. You can't blow it by these people. 98 to 100 doesn't work anymore. Back in the day, you could blow 98 to 100 and it'd be that term by you, right? Just by you. But not anymore, dude. Not anymore. So I just want him to work on pitch selection. And Bailey, I saw a montage of Bailey frames from just this season already, his frame jobs, because he framed a couple yesterday that were beautiful. And I don't know if Bailey's catching today. He might have the day off today. I got to check the lineup.
I can give him a day. I'm cool with giving Bailey a day off. I got to tell you, I love Bailey, dude. I really do. Like that whole situation when Joey Bart was supposed to be the future after Buster Posey, then that didn't work out, and then Bailey comes in. It's like, oh my God, this guy's a godsend, and he strikes me as like an old school kind of guy. Like, do you get that vibe off him? Like, he's an old school kind of player. The mug, the style, like the no bullshit. He's all like his whole demeanor. I don't know. I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of Bailey, bro.
And he's also, dude, he hustles his ass off. I showed Dom the other day when he stretched out a double the other day. I think it was the home opener. Was it the season opener? I can't remember what game it was, but he stretched out a single to a double. He stretched out a double to a triple. That's only if you want it. You know, you're only making those happen if you want it and you're thinking of it before you even get to that next bag. Like when he's approaching first, he's thinking, I'm getting two. I'm getting two. When he's approaching second, he's like, I'm getting three. And that kind of mindset, not everybody has that mindset. You know what I mean?
No. And the other thing is you got to enjoy that now before the legs go, because you know the legs are going to go at some point, a couple more years. But Bailey right now, he's still got speed and agility. It's awesome. Tony,
Paulie, I have to address this. No, Stinking Badges is asking creamy or crunchy peanut butter for the carrot. Either. I prefer crunchy, personally. I like a little crunch, but you can creamy too.
Well, what about the crunch that the carrot's already providing? Isn't this a little bit of overkill? I mean, maybe a creamy would offset the crunch of the carrot. I'm just talking. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's actually a delicious crunch, honestly.
It's fine. I'm not going to dispute that. Anything. Yeah. Tony, again, let me say this to you now. It's Thursday, meaning tomorrow is Friday, our high noon show. We love the high noons. But I think I want to share the music assignment today so people can send in their own kind of contributions and stuff. But it comes with a couple of questions. So I was thinking about what you said the other day on the show. I think you said this on it was the day after the Warriors beat Memphis, and you said, because I pay attention to everything creative Tony says. I'm always making notes. I'm writing shit down.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. And then Tony, you said, by the way, well, I'll get to that later. I'll address your T-shirt in a second because I got concerns and questions. But I want to get the music assignment thing first. Let me just make a note here. Tony's shirt. ... That means I need to talk to you about that. All right, Tony. You said the other day that you thought we should do a Houston-based musical assignment. I thought about it, and I started to think. I mean, like, yes, we could definitely do that. There's a lot of great shit out of Houston, but maybe in the particle universe or particle land. Shout out Patrick Patton. Thank you. We're going to get to that in a second too. Yeah. But maybe the particles would be somewhat askew if we're kind of shining a light on Houston. Don't we want to like pound Houston? Like, I don't want to celebrate Houston. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Sure. I want to do something more specific to us here in the Bay. So here's my idea, and tell me what you think.
Go.
I was thinking, what if we do, because so much of what's happening right now is a result of Jimmy Butler joining the Golden State Warriors. And we haven't honored Butler like with a song. I don't have any Butler sound bites yet, and I want to. I want to give Butler some love. I love this freaking guy. Did you see him warming up yesterday, doing a workout in Steph Curry jersey? Did you see that?
Dude, his love affair with Curry is incredible.
Keep going,
Batman. It's just I can't love it enough, man.
Same here.
I mean, there were some shots the other night against Memphis where I was yelling Jimmy Butter because he was so smooth. I'm like,
I like that.
Jimmy Butter. Look at Jimmy Butter.
That's good.
Dude, he had a shot, and it was only like, I don't know, like a 10-footer or whatever. But dude, it was a beautiful shot, and it was over. I think it was over Jaren Jackson, and he had a nice high arcing shot. And I'm like, dude, the guy is so smooth, man.
He is.
And the way he gets to the line, dude, he got to the line 18 times, dude.
And I love the speed that he plays the game. Like, he plays the game at his own speed. He makes people kind of adapt to what he's doing, and I love that. He really dictates terms and dictates the pace in a lot of cases. So, all that being said, Tony, I thought, how about this? Let me just present this to you. Tell me what you think. What if we do a song, a musical assignment tomorrow that features any song with the name Jim or Jimmy, or any band that has a member named Jimmy or James? The judges will accept James. So anything Jimmy or James specific. I'll even take Buckets, dude. Jimmy Buckets is his nickname, or a song that has Bucket in it, Jimmy, James. How do you feel about that? Because I want to celebrate us instead of celebrate what Houston has.
Dude, I'm down with that. We could also do songs from any songs from any Batman movies, because he calls Curry Batman. But
I'll take that too. That's a great call. I'll take that too. I'll take any Batman reference, because he is like now referring to Steph as Batman and he's Robin. Yeah. I'll even open it up even more. We'll take contributions that have a band with a guy named Robin. Robin Gibb, Robin Zander. They're out there, dude. I'm telling you right now. So we'll take a Robin, we'll take a Batman, we'll take a Jim, we'll take a Jimmy, we'll take a James, and we'll take a Buckets. That's 6 different avenues you could explore.
Wide open. That's wide open. That is wide open. And last night or Tuesday night when I was watching the game, I kept saying here, stand by, Paulie. I kept saying this.
Damn, Jimmy.
Right? That's what I kept saying. One more time.
Damn, Jimmy.
I mean, that's what's his
I
name?
need you to tell me how good my coffee is, okay, Jules? Okay. I don't want to get fucking divorced, okay? Tony, so that's the musical assignment. It's now in place. Anything celebrating Jim, Jimmy, James, Buckets, Robin, and Batman. That's 7 different options you have all on one musical assignment, Tony. Okay.
Paulie, why don't we go from there? For, 2 things. You wanted to ask me about my T-shirt, and I want to ask you how my new steal your Sasquatch is looking in the backdrop. Okay, can you see it? It's not too shiny.
Can I see it? I want to celebrate it. I'll do a whole tribute show to the Steal Your Squatch. Dude, my only question is, can I take that thing to the Sphere with me on a rope chain like Flavor Flav? I really do want to prance around the Steal Your Squatch. And then people are like, what is that, man? I'll be like, dude, that's a Steal Your Squatch. What, you never seen one? Yeah.
And by the way, it's not hanging on the wall because the thing is so freaking thick and heavy that I didn't even look at what the postage must have been to send this thing. But again, thank you, Mike Glover. And thank you for the North American Bigfoot Center. That's where this Steal Your Sasquatch was made. But thank you, Mike Glover. And hey, may Sasquatch roam free. That's what I'm going to add.
I always like to speak hippie and Grateful Dead to my friend Scarlet Fire. Hey, Buckets of Rain. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Scarlet Fire. And I'll have you know, I listened to Blood on the Tracks last week, both sides, the whole thing. What a freaking record that is. You want to hear like a devastating kind of breakup record where every tune is just sharp and there's pain. And it's Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, Tangled Up in Blue, Buckets of Rain. It's a great, great record. Go check it out. Dive into it. Me and you, Scarlet Fire. I always like where your head's at. Okay, the T-shirt. Let's address the important matters of the day. Giants at 1:00 and Tony's T-shirt. What is this thing, and what are you propping up today, buddy?
It is. Can you see that? It says the Masubi truck, and it's from Kauai. It's right on the island of Kauai, my favorite Hawaiian island, or Kauai. I should do the correct pronunciation.
You're good.
Tiny little food truck right next to where we stay, which is the Marriott in Lihui, which is right in Kalapaki Bay. Beautiful little cove. It's such a nice little corner of the world. So we went there, and it used to be this little breakfast spot where you get these killer breakfast burritos, but it changed. I'm like, oh, it's the Masubi truck now. So do you know what Masubi is, by the way, Paulie? Like
tell me.
It's like you get a slab of Spam, and then you wrap it in rice, and then you wrap it in seaweed, right? So I'm not a Spam guy, but I know a lot of people are, and I know a lot of Hawaiians are. So tip of the cap. And obviously, dude, the people that were there, I mean, it was a very popular place, but they made great like veggie masubi. They also they would do like spicy tuna. They would add like fish
stuff, dude. Every time we go to Hawaii, I could live off that stuff. I'm serious. All that steamy, sticky hot rice and all that. I love that. Love it.
Totally. Mm-hmm. So that's what the shirt is. It's the Masubi truck. I'm like, I don't want to support these people because it's Shannon Kaler's voice in my head from the Stone Foxes for the rest of my life.
Why?
When he told me the best way to support small businesses, and besides buying their product, like buying their food, is to buy merch, because that's how the markup they can. Like Shannon's band. He says if you're seeing a local band, buy their merch, because that is where they can really kind of make ends meet, basically. So always, if you're going to see a local band, go to the merch table and get some merch. And that's why I wanted to get the Masubi truck merch. And it's also a fun t-shirt. It's got the truck on it and everything. So
I would like to apply some of that Shannon Kaler logic to the Polymac Particle show. One of the best ways to support this show is to buy some merch. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. I mean, Tony's right. Like, I really mean that. All the stuff that you guys just know this too. All the stuff that you send in, like your super contributions, your merch purchases, not only does it help us spread the word about the show, and we really appreciate the support, all those dollars go right into the funding of this show. Like, this is a two-man operation. As Creative Tony said famously, dude, this is a two-man operation. We're doing sales. I'm not kidding. We're doing sales, promotions, editing, social media stuff, the show itself, guest booking. It's like an endless endeavor that we love. But again, like it does require some funding and it does require new gear and all kinds of stuff. So again, thank you. You guys are, I can't stress this enough.
Oh.
This is a communal effort. Like everything going on, you guys are a huge part of it. And I thank you for that.
And by the way, Paulie, just a little on-site production or mid-show production behind the scenes. Paulie, we have two meetings next week, just so you know. 2 meetings next week.
Well, okay, that's going to be interesting. But yes, it's going to be next week is going to be an interesting week because I'm traveling. Tony's.
Yeah, we should tell people now, right? No show next Wednesday night, correct?
It's a getaway day. It's a travel day for Paulie Mac. I'm hopping on a plane on Wednesday, but it's like right in the middle of the day. Like it's a perfect spot to just turn the whole day like inside out. So we're not going to be able to pull a show off. And Tony's going to a show that night too. So we'll be back. We're off next Wednesday. No night flight, no show. I'm traveling. Tony's got his hands full. We'll be back on Thursday. But Tony, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to need you to carry you're going to be carrying the bulk of the responsibility because I'm going to be in Ash, dude. I'm just telling you right now.
You will always remember. Curry on.
Yes.
Paulie, I'll be seeing Fish next Wednesday night at Bill Graham Civic Auditorium. So no night flight for me. And then Thursday, you're going to be crispy. And actually, you'll be pre-show Thursday.
Yeah,
correct?
but
I know you're going to get involved. I know.
Wednesday night, there's a whole agenda already. Like there's a whole crew of us. We're going out on Wednesday. So I'm not going to be in great shape on Thursday, even before the show. Just throwing it out there.
And by the way, Wednesday is also game 2 of the Dubs Rockets Wednesday night.
Cannot wait. What day is game 1, by the way?
Game one's on Sunday, on Easter Sunday. So you're gonna have your eggs Benedict, or you're gonna have your quiche, or you're gonna have your Easter chocolates. By the way, the Cadbury mini eggs, dude. The Cadbury mini eggs, man, some of the greatest chocolate ever made on the planet. You're gonna have all that, and then you're gonna turn on. I believe the tip is. I gotta double check. Is it noon or 12:30?
I'll check on that. I want to tell all the people, because I see my friend Christian Nareg on board right now. Rags, you probably don't remember this, but I do, because I'm a Rain Man when it comes to the Grateful Dead. Rags and I saw with our buddy Dougie. Dougie was with us, and I think Duff was with us as well, Rags. But we saw the Grateful Dead on Easter Sunday once. I don't know if you remember that, but that was at the Nassau Coliseum. They did a 5-night run at Nassau in '93. And we saw the show on Easter Sunday. It was the only time I ever saw the Grateful Dead open a show with Midnight Hour. The only time I ever saw that. They did Midnight Hour on Easter Sunday.
That song has been very special to me. By the way, Dubs and Rockets, 6:30 p.m. Easter night. So when you're having, put on the sweatpants with the elastic waistband because you've already eaten your face off all day. Let the tummy expand. Sit back, pour yourself a glass of wine or a suds or whatever you want to do, and the good athletic non-alcoholic beer I got a shout out to. I've been drinking those during the week. That'd be great. And watch Dubs Rockets at 6:30 p.m. Sunday. But Paulie, what were you just saying? You just said something that made me think of something.
Well, it's on Grateful Dead on Easter, but now I got some additional thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you get your thought out. You're very excited. Go ahead.
No, Midnight Hour. It's just a song that's always been dear to me because I've always been a night owl, even when I was a kid. And one of my travel teams when I was 15, we did a team to the Foster City Cubs, and we went to the Junior Olympics and stuff. That's where I played with Shaq, by the way. He was there for hoops. And the team parents put together a video montage with music for each kid. And the song they picked for me was Wait Till the Midnight Hour. So I've always loved that tune. And I didn't know the Dead ever played that. So I'd love to hear that version, dude.
They usually used to play it like on New Year's Eve or something. It wasn't, they didn't play it a lot. Hence me only seeing it one time out of all the shows I saw. And no Scarlet Fire. Bobby did not have the Easter Bunny ears on, although I wish he did. I got my Easter Bunny ears on, y'all. All right, Tony, also, I wanted to say about Easter. You were talking about like the food and the Cadbury and stuff like that. I got to shout out the way the Italian people celebrate Easter Sunday. There's nothing like it. So when I was in Boston, I talked about this guy last week a little bit. My friend Joe Mazzi, who's from Cambridge, Massachusetts, really old school, great Italian family. Dude, one of these situations, you see this a lot on the East Coast, at least back then, where you would have the grandmother living upstairs and then the whole family's downstairs. And then on Easter Sunday, he invited me over one year when I was in college, and I got my Italia shirt on today too. It's a good time to be talking about Italian tradition. So Joe has me over for Easter Sunday. Tony, I'm not kidding. It started at like 10 in the morning, with a lasagna. Like,
Nice.
but let's ease into this with a lasagna. And Joe's mother and grandmother were both cooking all day. And Joe told me before I went over, he goes, dude, listen, he goes, Paulie, there's one thing you got to do. He goes, don't refuse anything they bring out. You have to try everything they bring, because they take it as an insult. Like, they take it as an insult if you decline the food. So, I mean, I'm talking about the ham, the turkey, the lasagna. I remember at one point, just a huge bowl of meatballs came out. Just bam, there's a bowl of meatballs on the table. Everybody grab a few. Like, it was mayhem. So that kind of eating. Do you guys do that, Tony? You got the Italians in your family too. Do you do like this all day like eating spree? Because that's how they do it back east. Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say put on the elastic, the waist-banded pants at night for the Dubs Rockets. Because by 6:30 Sunday night, I will be full-bellied. Because I'm gonna, I've been abstaining from certain things during the week because, dude, like you said, it's pastas, it's breads. I'm a sucker for homemade bread.
Me too. Oh, I'm a bread head, brother. I love fresh bread. Yes.
Yeah. You get the brunch in the morning, and then you got the dinner. It's just a feast. Yes. So same thing, Paulie. It's just an all day feast. We got brunch happening Sunday morning, and then
are you going out for brunch or doing it at home?
No, I think we're doing it with Megan's family for brunch and then my family for dinner. And so
double dip. Yeah.
I'll put on an apron. Just tell me what to do. That's all I'm saying.
Who's cooking at your house? Like, when you go over to your house for dinner, like, who does the cooking over there?
So Megan will do the brunch with her sister and myself and her brother-in-law. And then we're going to my aunt's for dinner. So just a feast, just an absolute.
Okay, well, you enjoy T. You guys enjoy
homemade freaking pastas and Cadbury mini eggs. This makes me want to get to the top 3 because I have a question about it.
You're making me very hungry doing this. Hey, I wanted to say also, just looking ahead to tomorrow. So we got the musical assignment. We'll have our particle pick of the week. And then also we have a special guest tomorrow, Andy Dolich, about this book about Oakland sports. It's a great historical document of all the cool stuff that now is sadly in the past. I mean, he's got a chapter in this book on Al Davis. There's a chapter on Tony La Russa, all the different kind of influencers and important people in Oakland sports history. So Andy will join us tomorrow at 12:30. We'll talk to him about his new book. It's a really good read. And then Tony, also, I was wondering if it's not too early, because I got to tell you, last night we ended the show. If you missed the night flight last night, I want to get something back on the board today. Tony, is there a way we can get the Particle Land video back up? Because I had so much fun. I was truly blown away by this last night.
And Patrick Patton was on the comment line. I hope he's still checking in. But also, I wanted to say, Paulie, really quickly, in regards to Andy Dolich, we made the Oakland Ballers Paulie's Punks, and we got to do another edition of Paulie's Punks pretty soon. The Oakland Ballers are Paulie's Punks, and Andy Dolich, I assume, is addressing that. Yeah, there you go. Boom. But like that's why Andy's writing this book, is because of what's going on in Oakland. And thank goodness for the Oakland Ballers. May 20th is the opener, the season opener for the Oakland Ballers. Tuesday, May 20th, FYI. I just wanted to get that out there. But yes, Paulie, I will get you to Patrick Patton's creation. I just stand by. This is
I want to see it. I'd like to see it. So this was debuted last night, contributed by one of our great listeners / viewers. His name is Patrick Patton. No relation to Mike of Faith No More, I asked. But anyway, this is our first kind of venture into what he's calling Particle Land. And I dig the whole thing. And I want to do like an analysis, like a play-by-play on this, because there's a couple of – I watched it a bunch last night when we got off the air. And it's just a very impressive piece of work. I guess digital art would be what this is called, I suppose. I'm not an expert, but all right, bring this up, T, if you can, because I want to show everybody. Here we go. All right, oh, that's the end. Hold on. And it does. It needs music. There's no question.
So here we go. It's going to start over, I believe. So that was the end of it. I don't know why. Here we go. I'll start right now.
All right, I want to go to part. Here we go. Now watch this. Pause it right when he looks over. Right there. Look at that. See, there's something about the look. Like, and he's got like, there's concern on his face. And I love the ears. I don't even know what kind of creature this is, but he looks over like, should I do this? And then he decides, yes, I need to do this. So go ahead.
Well, it's almost like the decision that we all make if you're at an event or a show and you're like, do I nibble? Am I going to partake? Am I going to?
I'll tell you one thing about people who make those kind of decisions at shows. My friend Jeff Winkler, who's on the board right now, he did some of the most gangster shit I've ever seen. When Dead and Company played Oracle Park in July of 23, they did that 3-night run. My buddy Jeff said he was like wanting to make that decision, Tony, after the show. You got me? the show ended, and he goes, "Let's go back in there." I'm like, "Whoa, that's some gangster talk now. That's gangster." But we did it. We went back in, and it was we had a great night. But anyway, shout out to Winks. He's a gangster. Yes.
Yeah. And here we go. So I'm gonna let this play on. Here we go.
All right.
So he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go for it."
Yeah. Here you go. Look at
Welcome to Particle Land.
Oh.
Well, I like how he just turns and splits right here. He goes, "Yeah, I'm going in." There he goes. All right, man. Polymax Particle Land. That is again contributed by Patrick Patton. Thank you so much, brother. Oh, there he is, Patrick. What's up, man? Oh, that's Dimmy the DMT elf. Okay, all right. With the ears, with the pointed Spock ears, man. It works for me. It works for me.
Hey, and Paulie, just because you mentioned Winks, and I don't know if Winks was on the night flight last night, but Winks made this for us after we talked about wearing the mesh shirts from Right Said Fred. So I just want to present it one more time so people can see that if you weren't on the night flight last night.
No, dude.
Winks made this for us. We were talking, I don't know why we were talking about the mesh shirt. Oh, it's because the new disco bed that we have for bookmarks. And
give a taste. You want to give a taste? Can you give him a taste of the disco bed?
Yeah,
I need to, it's time to get a little
by.
dance party flavor on. Here comes the hook. 1, 2, 3. Give it to me. Anyway, my buddy Winks, who also is a pretty talented artist, he freaking yeah, thank you. You guys like Rags likes my nip shot there. Yeah, what can I tell you, man? Winks is likes to dabble with electronic art and digital art too. So when we were talking about like the rave music we have now, the bookmarks bed, he contributed this piece saying, if we're going to go all the way, go all the freaking way, throw the mesh on. I'm not afraid. I'll do it. I'll do the mesh. If you guys really want it, I'll do it. I celebrate the lifestyle. So thank you. Yeah, Cheston tries, Tom. 100% Cheston tries. Tony's all buffed out over there. Look at Tony's ripped. Yeah.
That's amazing, dude. When he texted that to us, I lost it. I lost it on the spot. I'm like, Paulie, this is unbelievable, dude.
Yeah,
so Jeff Winkler, thank you, Patrick Patton, and thank you, PMP Army, because last night we had a great mailbag segment. And just for those who didn't steal your squatch last night, that was sent to me in the mail. So that was like we ended the mailbag because that showed up on my doorstep yesterday. I'm like, what the hell is this from the Bigfoot Center? And I kind of forgot about like the segment we did with Mike Glover's family. And then boom, there it was. So thank you, everybody. Again, it's the reciprocity. Keep the reciprocity flowing.
Couple of comments from the comment line. Leah Phillips, and she likes the Particle Land guy's little cute butt. She likes the butt on that guy. And then Rag said, also take note of the fact that dude going through the Particle Land door, he's rocking 4 fingers, not 5. 4. He's only got 4. So anyway, just food for thought. Food for thought when you're entering Particle Land. You got to have a nice butt. You got 4 fingers, and paradise awaits, as they say. Yes, Tony.
Let's reprise Particle Land at the end of the show, if you don't mind. Let's reprise
dude,
at the end of the show.
I think we maybe should end every show like that. Like we're walking into, or maybe at the beginning almost, like when we enter Particle Land. But yeah, we can tag out with it, Tony, 100%. So the time that's remaining today in the show, because we got to keep it tight today. Tony's got a sick kid at home, and I know the drill. By the way, shout out to Dom coughing off camera. I heard him coughing before. Shout out. Where is he? Lying on a cot next to you or something? Like what's he? Where is he?
He's playing MLB The Show on the couch and he's just lounging. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because I will say, if I could be pro video game, and by the way, MLB The Show with Rennell doing the PA. By the way, Rennell Brooks, former guest on Polymax Particles. And by the way, if you missed Rennell, go back to our YouTube page and first of all, hit the like and subscribe. And then check out Rennell and check out any of our old shows. And please pass the word on because we could use all the help we can get as we're just, doing this word of mouth. It's not like we have some big marketing budget where we can just blast ourselves on billboards and all over the Bay Area. So spread the word of mouth. But Rennell Brooks Moon, if you want to see it, just go back to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles. But Paulie, I was going to say, I would love to do a top 3, and then I would love to do Close in the Attic before we wrap up today.
Done. All right, let's get into it right now. So are we going to boot bookmarks to tomorrow, which is fine. But I wanted to show that picture of Butler in the Curry jersey, though, because it's so cool. Buckets was out there working out. Yeah, Buckets, I'm calling him now. buckets.
Nice.
Buckets was out there working out, and he had his black sweatpants on, but he had a Steph Curry jersey, number 30, with the name Butler on it. So freaking cool. Like you said, I love this bromance going on with Butler and Curry right now. Let them keep going, you guys. Keep freaking going. But
let's share it right now. Let's not do a full bookmark segment. I'm just going to share it right now because it is worth sharing. Look at it. It's Playoff Jimmy. They call it Playoff Jimmy is ready. Look at that. I mean, it's just
buckets.
It's a beautiful sight.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. Look at that, dude. That's so great. The Butler 3 with the 30. Oh, that's so great. Come on. Look at that.
Business, dude. He wants his ring. Say the Butler wants his ring. I know I'm talking rings. The first round hasn't even started yet, but he does. He's the kind of player. There was a lot of guys like this when we grew up in the Michael Jordan era that were like Butler-esque that never got their freaking rings because Jordan was just annihilating everybody. Guys like Clyde Drexler, guys like Charles Barkley, you know what I mean? Patrick Ewing. There were so many great Hall of Fame players that could never get over the mountaintop because Jordan was always in the way. And Butler has always been like the leader of the Miami Heat or Chicago. He's like the lead dog. Now he can kind of blend in. And I said it yesterday or 2 days ago. I said, playoff Jimmy is coming. And we saw it with his 38 points leading the Golden State Warriors. So the fact that he has no problem like deferring greatness to Steph Curry and calling himself Robin to Steph's Batman. Like, I just love the whole dynamic and wearing his shirt. I just thought that was like a really cool touch, man. Very cool.
Very cool touch. And I'm very curious who's going to guard Jimmy Butler for Houston. That kid, Eamon Thompson's really good. Is he going to take Butler on? Then Van Vliet's going to take Curry. And then you got
Dylan Brooks. I think Dylan Brooks is going to be all over Steph Curry too, like throwing elbows, grabbing, clutching, scratching. He's going to be a punk. He's a punk. He's going to be out there roughing up Steph. Yeah.
If we got, let's do one more bookmark because because you mentioned it. Did I put it in here? Hang on 1 second. Let me make sure I put it in here. Yeah. Look at LaFlop. Okay,
I put that in there. That thing's pretty awesome, dude.
This. Look at this. So the tweet from Overtime says Dylan Brooks versus Draymond Green rematch about to feed families, and it's got emoji. Now watch this video. This is fantastic, and yes, you're right. I cannot wait for this rematch. Watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Hey, both of them kept their cool.
Yeah.
Said Jared, he said, I'm not subscribing to your podcast.
I got to tell you, I'm not subscribing to your podcast. That was nice. Who was that? Ernie? Was that Ernie Johnson?
Draymond just pushing his chin up saying, get out of my face.
Well, these two, that's actually kind of mild. These guys really get after it, and they do not like each other. They openly talk about how much they dislike one another. And I like that. I think that's good for sports, dude. I like bad blood, especially when it comes playoff time. Like, I don't want everybody hugging and kissing before. Like, dude, let's get back to some intense rivalry, and you're going to get that with these two guys. So, yeah, that's killer, dude. Great contribution.
Cannot wait for the series to start. And I love that it's actually Eastern night. I was kind of bumming that I thought it was 12:30 because I'm like middle of the day, middle of the Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
They know what's up. They know about this matchup. NBA is like, okay, we're gonna put this in prime time. I love it, dude. That's gonna be great. So good little quick little bookmarks light there, Paul.
Yeah, bookmarks light, like Miller Light. Yeah, shout it out. All right, Tony, give me some top three.
Your Warriors sponsor. I just noticed it on the floor the other night on Tuesday night. Michelob Ultra. The floor was.
Yes,
did you see that? Did you see that?
I did. Yeah,
putting the particles of Michelob Ultra into the mix right there. So
I had pangs last night of envy and jealousy watching Tony drink his cold beer because I forgot the beer, I forgot everything last night. So you like throwing them back, and I'm like, damn, that fucking beer looks pretty good, man. And I had nothing. I was all dry. I was like dry as a desert last night. But anyway, yes, shout out to Michelob Ultra and everyone raising an Ultra this weekend. What do you got, Tone?
Nothing. I just saying I want to know what your beverage of choice will be for Sunday's tip-off because I think I'm going to crack a nice bottle of wine and get ready.
That's exactly the road I'll be going down. I'll be enjoying a fine Pinot Noir, courtesy of Domaine Serene. That's what I'll be doing, Tony. So let me prompt you into, let's get into your top three. We'll do Closing the Attic, and then we're going to wrap today. Yeah, let's do it.
Tony's top three.
Yes, sir.
Tony's top three.
Yep.
Tony's top three.
Let me just get the Ducks.
I missed the Ducks. It's been a while, dude. Sounds good. Yeah, everybody make the hand thing. I can't do it, Rags. I don't know. T3. I don't know. Anyway, it's out there. We tweeted it out a couple days ago. If you want to study the image, it's on our Twitter feed. What do you got there? Look at you. I know. I don't know how to. Yeah, no. I can do other things. I can't do hand gestures. I don't know.
And Tom made a finger gesture. He made the actual. Tom, if you can send me that as a PDF, I'd love that. FYI, if you're listening, a little in-show production. Paulie, top 3.
Yeah.
Okay? We're just talking Dubs Houston. Okay, I like the matchup playing the 7 seed. Playing the 2 seed Houston instead of say like the 3 seed Lakers is because just the experience of LeBron, right? I would rather have an inexperienced squad, a younger squad to go up against. Granted, they're going to be hungry, I know, but the experience of Butler and Draymond and Curry and Kerr, and I like that going into Houston with an inexperienced postseason team. So, with that said, how many games? I assume you think the Warriors can advance, but how many games? How many games do you think this series goes?
6. I'm saying Warriors in 6. I think the Rockets get a couple of games. I think the Rockets are going to put up a hell of a fight. I don't think this is going to be an easy series. I think the games are going to be tightly contested. I don't think you're going to see any blowouts. I don't think maybe one game it'll get away, but I doubt it. So I'm expecting a very physical series, very tight series. And the good thing for me in my head now is I worry about what Houston did to Steph a couple of weeks ago when they played at Chase Center. It locked his ass up. He scored 3 points in that game, if I'm not mistaken. 3.
Right. Yep.
So when the double teams come and when they're basically defending him in his shorts, that's when you're going to want to get the ball over to Butler, Podziemski, whoever's got the hot hand. Let some other guys do some of the heavy lifting. But yeah, I'm saying 6. How about you, T?
I like it in 6, and I also like because Game 6 will be at Chase because Game 7 obviously is back in Houston. So it goes 2-2, 1-1-1, right? So we got I think it's Friday and Sunday at Chase.
Yeah.
And then back to Houston, I think on that following Wednesday. I love how the NBA loves to spread out these playoffs, man. But Game 6 would be at Chase, and I would love for them to wrap it up because going back to Houston for Game 7, that's going to be tough. That's gonna be tough.
I don't like anytime you got to play Game 7 on the road. That's always a tricky maneuver. By the way, Sanchi. Oh, you got him. There he goes. Paulie, is Lucifer open for an intervention? We're going to need him to let the NBA refs clean up their S. Nice. Before the Rocket series. I mean, is that something, Sanchi, you want to do right now, or is that something like what are we doing this now?
I believe as a super, yes. Satan, because it's a super, bring out Satan for the supers.
All right, well then I'm going to have to let you you ask the questions and Satan will give you the answers. Give me 2 good questions and I'll answer as Satan. Tony, go ahead. Let me conjure him up here. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead with your question. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Hello, Satan. Welcome back to the program.
Yeah, what's happening, y'all?
Hey, Satan, I have a question for you about the Rockets and the Dubs starting on Sunday. Who do you think will be, the biggest problem for the Dubs?
Let me tell you what the biggest problem is for the Dubs. It's that a-hole, Dylan Brooks, sticking his face in Draymond's armpit. We all saw it. Nonsense.
That's my first
Paulie,
answer. Go ahead. Yeah. No, not Paulie. Satan. You're talking to Satan now.
I'm sorry. Yes, sorry, Satan. Can you please now, if we cast a spell on the Grizzlies and John Morant for Tuesday's game, the play-in game, is there any? Can you get to work on something? With your black magic and your dark arts for the Houston Rockets before Sunday?
I don't think Satan understands the question. Could you rephrase it?
I would like for you to cast a spell on the freaking Rockets, Satan. Jesus.
Let me tell you a couple of things about Houston. The only good thing about Houston, there's a couple of good things about Houston. 1, CZ Top. 2, Rod Brooks. After that, I'm running out of shit. I don't know. So yes, of course I'll put a spell on Houston. Now you're talking about just the team, right? We're just talking Rockets.
Yep.
Let me tell you something, Houston Rockets. Check this shit out. You don't know it yet, but you're all going right to hell. All of you. Every last damn one of you. You understand what I'm saying? Warriors in 6.
All right, I hope you guys like that. Satan Sanchi, that was for you. And by the way, any requests of Satan, he's available. You just got to kind of check in like Sanchi did, and we'll make it happen. All right, Tony, on with your top 3. We're still on number 1. Let's get on to number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to shift gears to the Giants because the Giants, again, first pitch 105. So we're going to wrap this up pretty quickly so you guys can all get comfortable and watch Giants and Jordan Hicks on the mound. Who do you have more confidence in on the mound right now, Paulie? Jordan Hicks or Justin Verlander? If you had to pick between the two,
okay,
I'm
gonna say Verlander because of the pedigree, the experience, the resume. He's been a big game pitcher his entire career, and I think the last two starts, you've seen it starting to kind of come back a little bit, starting to take shape. He looked like Verlander in Philly, and he looked like Verlander in San Francisco the start before that. So, Hicks, I think listen, I'm kind of like you with Hicks, dude. I need to see it. I need to see it on a consistent basis from Hicks before he wins me over. But Verlander, no, I like what I'm seeing from Verlander. How about you? Same question.
I'll probably go Hicks based on what I saw in Houston when he just dominated. I just would like to see more of that.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that. And I feel like he's younger. He has the durability. I don't know how durable Verlander is. And Verlander's had a lot of shakiness in the early innings. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know how Verlander's going to be, how durable he's going to be throughout the rest of the season. So if I had to pick, I'd probably pick Jordan Hicks. And the other question about the Giants, Paulie, is real quick. Like, how much of this right now are you surprised at this incredible start by them? Are you surprised at all?
Well, I'm going to definitely answer the question, but I have a question before my answer. Is that the number 3 in the top 3?
No, that's too big. I have a quick 3 for you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, am I surprised? Yes, I am surprised. I got to say, I did not anticipate this. I did not see this. I thought the Giants would be more of I'm just telling you honestly, I thought they were going to be more of like a 500 club. And the fact that they are kicking the snot out of teams, it's not like that they're winning games. They're blowing teams off the field. Like, they kicked the crap out of Philly yesterday. They abused them.
Yep.
And they've been doing that in every series they play. They're dropping an offensive hammer, and the pitching has been solid. But I'll put it to you like this, Tony. I'm very pleasantly surprised at what I'm getting from Philly. And now it's getting to the point where I expect the wins. Like, I expect to win today. I expect them to win this series and then fly out to Anaheim and then kick the shit out of them starting tomorrow night. That's kind of how I see the Giants right now. Like, the vibes are so good, and I am surprised. Yes.
Dude, and also, like, they're in the midst of 17 games in 17 days, by the way. So that's a tough stretch for the Giants. And also, as far as they're 4 out of 6, they've won 4 out of 6 in the road trip so far in New York, in the Bronx, and now in Philly. I'm fine with that, dude. And by the way, hey, F you MLB's Twitter account yesterday, or social media account. They put like the Giants, the bats came alive in Philly to take the series, and it's like, hey, dipshit, it's a 4-game series, right? They're so busy like posting stuff about the Dodgers and about the Padres and about the Yankees. It's like, how about do your homework, and before you make a international post that's going to go everywhere, how about do your homework and realize it's a 4-game series. I just wanted to point that out as well. So
I dig it. I dig where your head's at, and I'm going to criticize MLB's Twitter account a little bit myself. I saw something yesterday where, and you're right, like anything, Shohei Ohtani blows his nose, bro. It's like a front page story. Like they did say, watch Shohei Ohtani avoid getting hit by a foul ball in the dugout by Mookie Betts. So I don't give a shit. I prefer he does get hit by a foul ball, if you want me to be honest. Listen, the Giants are always going to be in the shadow of the Dodgers, especially in this era. There's just no getting around it. The Dodgers are like a corporate behemoth, just like Godzilla knocking over buildings and shit, and there's no getting around that, dude. They got the money. They got the lineup. They're loaded. So I expect more of that. You're going to see them force-feeding you Dodger footage and propaganda all year, even if the Giants get so freaking hot. They let's say they go into the All-Star break with a 3.5 game lead over the Dodgers will still get more press than the Giants. Period. End of story. Like, who's the biggest star in the Giants right now? Tell me.
Oh, the biggest star right now?
Yeah.
Collectively, maybe the bullpen. But
that's the point, though. Like,
Jung-Hoo Lee. I would say Jung-Hoo Lee is carrying the team right now. Jung-Hoo.
Okay,
offensively and defensively, dude. He's playing a very underrated center field too, man.
I'm a hooligan. I'm a hooligan. Anyway, Tony. Okay, Let's do. Is that number 3? I'm all confused.
No, it's not number 3. You already asked me. That's not number 3. And by the way, Dodgers, how's the view from below the Giants in the NL West? Double guns to you, Dodgers, right there. Number 3. I was going to do an Easter related number 3, but the comment line is making me. I'm gonna quote unquote pivot, Paulie, and do a ad-libbed number 3. Because I said dipshit, right? And people were saying, hey, people were just saying dipshit's underused. It needs to be used more.
Still a classic. Yeah.
Then let's go. Give me the 5 ways that you can use the sh word. In when there are many ways to use the word shit, and it's really funny to do. So number 3, give me 5 ways you can use the word shit.
Well, you can insert that word like in any number of scenario. I like this one. First one that pops into my head. You get really pissed off at somebody, say I'm like arguing with somebody about like somebody challenging me like on a Grateful Dead set list that I know is correct. I'd be like, listen, man, you don't know shit about shit. All right. Like you drop that. You don't know shit about shit. I'm a fan. How about yourself, Tony? Give me one.
Mark Wiseman just said shithead, by the way. What's up, Mark? Yes. Shit. Oh no, he said shit bird. Then Noemi said shithead. Then we shit hit the fan.
Low Steve shit happens. Yep. Jeff Winkler shit stain. Darren Reyes shit show. Shit show's a good one. Shit show's a good one.
Yeah. Also, Scarlet Fire. What's up, Bonnie? She says shit for brains, dude.
Yeah, and Stevie B is right that in Boston that's a big one. He's a good shit. They say it like as a compliment. Oh, you know, Paulie Mack, he's a good shit. I never like that. I'm like, is that? I don't even. You're attaching the word shit to me as a positive. I don't think that's good. But anyway, Stevie B, that's a big Boston thing, dude. Big Boston thing. Yeah, dipshit's big. Dodgers are shit-faced, up shit creek. They just keep coming. Tony, you give me a couple of yours.
That's what I'm saying. And Corinne, I was just thinking the same thing as you. Horse shit, dude. Horse shit.
I drop horse S all the time. I'm a big horse S guy. Bull S, horse S, it's all there. Yeah, let's see.
Los, you're on the money, dude. Your shit don't stink. That's another great one.
Crock of shit. That's a good one, Dom.
Or just when you want to use it as a verb, you gotta be shitting me.
I remember there was one, you got to be shitting me is a good one. I remember one Sopranos episode where Carmela and Tony were just having it out. They were getting after each other. And she called, in her, inimitable voice, she called Tony Soprano a shitbag. Get away from me, you shitbag. And she threw something at him. Maybe that was when she threw the phone at him. But she called Tony a shitbag in one, which is not a flattering term, dude. A shitbag. No.
But also, Rising Wolf comes with bat shit. Dude, you're bat shit crazy. That's phenomenal.
Here comes the Scarlet Fire and Noemi back to back. Same responses. The wisdom of the ladies of the PMP community. I shit you not. That's another one. I shit you not, dude. I shit you not, bro. This is the real deal, dude. I shit you not. Very surfer. Shit sandwich. NorCal shit sandwich, bro. Yeah. A mere 2-word review. It just says shit sandwich. Yeah. Great.
Dude, and Mark Graves, no shit Sherlock, dude.
It's a big one. That was big on the playgrounds, like 4th grade. No shit, Sherlock. You know what I mean? Like you're learning how to curse. You're in 4th grade. Shit stain. We got a lot of shit stains. Seen that one? You're full of shit.
It's an amazingly versatile curse word. I mean, it's really the versatility of shit is incredible.
Rising Wolf shit the bed. Winks. No shit. Or I lost Winks already. He's gone. Let's see. Any other good ones out there? Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit, no shit. I feel like shit. There's Winks. I feel like shit. Sounds like shit. Looks like shit. Did you hear the show last night? The sound system sucked. It sounded like shit. Yeah. You know.
There you go, dude. There you go. So I still love bat shit. What does that mean? Bat shit crazy. I'm always like, I love saying it.
I can tell you what it means, and you know what it means. You'll know it when you see it. Okay, buddy.
No, of course,
you'll know it when you see. You'll know batshit crazy when it's staring right at you. I've been there.
Why is batshit crazy? Do you know what I mean? Like if you want to be technical about it, that's what I'm asking. As opposed
to like rat shit or cat shit or something like that.
Or any. Actually, shit disturber.
Shit disturber is another good one. It's in line with horse S and bull S. Let's not forget dog S. Dude, the guys are playing like dog S. You guys are out here playing like dog S. Another very unflattering term, yeah.
And Paulie, Matt Stenson, you are on the money because around the house, because I don't want to curse that much in front of the kids, I'll say, shiitake mushrooms because, so, yeah, well, what do you got?
I saw it. It flew by. Oh, there he is. Ian Weiland. Dude, like the Vietnam vets, you see it in like Platoon and like Full Metal Jacket. They always say, look, when they're on the battlefield, dude, we're going deep into the shit. We're going into the shit. That's what like the Vietnam vets would say on the battlefield. The shit means there's like a battle going on. Dude, we got to get into the shit. All right, let's get off of this, dude. We're all about to eat lunch. Let's change the topic.
Thank you, PMP Army. I knew you would help Paulie and I assist in that, and that was on the fly. I was going to do an Easter related one. We can do that tomorrow. But so that was a lot of fun. Thank you, PMP Army. Paulie, let's close it out with Close in the Attic, and then we can send people on their way and get them ready for Giants Phillies 105 first pitch.
I'm going to make a request. Tony, so I'm going to make a request. See if you can lower that mic a little bit more again. Let's just try some different techniques here with your mic placement. A little bit lower because I'm getting the pops again. Close in the Attic. Who's going first, pal? You want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first, buddy. Close in the Attic. Let's do it, buddy.
Well, buddy. So I don't know if Ray is still watching, my fellow lefty, but so this was a gift to me from my the team I coach over the summer, the San Carlos Missions. So you notice it's a left-handed glove on the front of the shirt, right?
Yeah.
See that? And on the back, it's what it says. If being lefty is wrong, I don't want to throw right.
You got problems, my friend. I'm telling you, you got serious problems over there. You got psychological problems. You're obsessed. I'm glad it's a good shirt, but I think you're going a little overboard now. Your whole mission in life is to denounce righties and celebrate lefties. How far can you go with this?
Only lefties know what it's like to be lefty, Paulie. So anything you say to me, just
look at it. Here he comes again. He's double dipping. Okay. Oh, dude, cut the crap. Cut the lefty pride, dude. You know what? Now you're starting to piss me off. Lefty pride, dude. Shout out to all the gangsters named Lefty as well. But no, that's cool shirts. I'll dig it. It's all part of your lifestyle. The lefty, the pro lefty lifestyle Tony likes to celebrate. It's funny that you did two shirts. I'm going to do two shirts too. Mine are both concert shirts, so I hope that's okay.
We're opening up the clothes in our attic. We're showing the clothes in our attic. And Los, by the way, Los is asking. Yes, Los, I've been to the Pier 39 Lefty shop. It's phenomenal.
See, you're getting a lot of that now. Okay, one of my favorites. I saw this show in Oakland in 2023. I went over to the Fox Theater in Oakland and I saw. Oh, Jamar, you'll like this one. Jamar Stamp. He's a big Les Claypool fan. This is not a Primus shirt, Tony. This is a Fearless Flying Frog Brigade shirt. Yeah. Behold, you got the frog and the submarine. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? You got the frog is driving the submarine. And by the way, the name of the tour, Tony, The Hunt for Green October, bro. Yes. Okay. The Hunt for Green October. So a little flying frog brigade right there. That's one. And I just love this guy driving.
Oakland, open that tour. That's great. Yeah. Look at the frog. Look at that. Come on.
Actually, at this show, they did Pink Floyd Animals in its entirety. It's fucking crazy, dude. You've never seen Les do Animal? Yeah, it's nuts.
It brought me to tears. It literally brought me to tears because, again, Pink Floyd's music is so elaborate and complicated that if you're going to cover it, you better nail it. And I went in there with trepidation, and they nailed it. And I got to give so much love to that guitarist known as Enor.
Yeah,
back in the Frog Brigade, super tall dude with blonde dreads. Enor, he nailed Gilmore's licks, and then of course Claypool studied all the music and nailed everything Roger Waters does on bass, and probably added his own little touch.
Oh, no, great call, Tony. Great call. He did. He throws his own flair in there. Les Claypool's a virtuoso. And by the way, you know who was in the band at that gig, at the Frog Brigade gig, at the Fox? Sean Lennon on guitar. John Lennon.
Yeah.
I had no idea. He's a monster. He can play his ass off, that kid. He's no joke. He's like, and he stayed in the background. He's not looking to steal the show or anything. He just kind of hung in the back and ripped a lot of very impressive guitar lines. So Sean Lennon was quite impressive. Yeah.
This is not a musical assignment, Paulie, but it is a personal assignment. Do me a favor and check out the Lennon Claypool Delirium. They put out, I think, 2 albums.
Yeah.
Check out the Lennon Claypool Delirium. Somebody is actually dude, Steve Secco, you're on it, dude. Yes, they put out 2 very good, very psychedelic albums, dude. And again, when you listen to Sean Lennon sing, it's like, damn, dude, you can hear John's voice. You can hear John's voice for sure.
I don't know what Rags is talking about. I don't know what you want me to talk about. I don't know what you're saying, Rags. You got to get more specific. And then real quick, one more shirt. This one is just because I'm going to see Dead & Company next week at the Sphere. I'm kind of getting myself into that mindset. So, Tony, here you go. From the 2015 Chicago Fare Thee Well shows, My souvenir shirt, Grateful Dead.
yeah.
You got my skull guy on the back. It's just the same image of the Grateful Dead guy tipping his cap there. The good old Uncle Sam. That's who I am. Anyway, so I'm in the
Were
Grateful
those-
Dead.
Is that the Chicago shows that
Yeah.
did you get the Chicago shows? Because I have a
I
shirt
did.
that the shirt you gave me from the Levi's. No, actually you brought it from Chicago too.
That's correct, Tony. I went to nights 1 and 3 in Chicago, took night 2 off, went out for a nice dinner in Chicago. But yeah, I got your shirt in Chicago, and that one in my hand there is also from the Windy City. What's up? What's so funny?
Beautiful. I love Closing the Attic, but I want to just share a little vignette that Paulie and I love to talk about. It's about our guy Brian Murphy. We were all at Levi's Stadium watching the Fare Thee Well shows.
Yeah.
And, they went into drums and space, and Paulie and I are like really psyched.
I'm a drum
and
space
really-
head. I'll stay in space all night if you give me the opportunity. I love it. I do.
Murph couldn't split fast enough to go to the bathroom, to get a beer, to get a hot dog, to go hang out.
You got to regroup sometimes. Yeah, space is not for everybody, bro. It's really not. Nor is drums. No, the 30-minute drums. Dum, 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 dum. And then sometimes you got to go collect. You got to go kind of put the pieces back together. I think at one point I just turned around and he was gone. Like he was just gone. And then he came back.
Yeah, because he saw that you and I were like really into it and excited, and he was like, "I want no part of this."
Hey, no, I get it. I do. I understand. And by the way, you know what else is funny about that show? This happens all the time when you bring like somebody who's kind of out on the periphery, like not full on in the scene. Like Murph is not full on in the scene. He's dabbled with shows, and he knows some of the songs. Like Respect, he knows some of the stuff, but like. This always happens, dude. You bring somebody like that to their first show or what, like a show. That was the most psychedelic show of all the Fare Thee Well shows. It was like Cryptical Envelopment, Dark Star, Alligator. It was like really all the old shit, really trippy stuff. It was like 3 hours of that. It was like the most trippy show they did in the whole run. It got a little more mainstream as the nights went on. But anyway, your boy Trey did a wonderful job too. Playing guitar at those shows and really memorable stuff. All right, Tony, let's send everybody home. Let's go out some lunch. Let's watch some Giant baseball. Enjoy yourself today. I'm sorry, Tony, what's that?
No, I said absolutely.
Yeah. So thank all of y'all. And Rex, we'll connect. I'm not sure what you're asking for. There's too much going on today, but we're going to do a high noon show tomorrow. Andy Dolich joins us. We'll get everybody ready for the Warriors and the Rocket series. Enjoy the Giants winning this game today in Philly, because that's what I expect to happen 100%. David Lee Roth, dismiss the class if you could.
Stand by, Paul. Yeah.
I was just about to say, slow my effing roll. Little too excited to hit the bricks here. I'm not going anywhere until I tell you about Carlos De La Fuente. I'll tell you that much right now. Carlos De La Fuente is waiting for your call at 925-250-4894. He is a mortgage lender. He is a money advisor. He is the kind of guy that can get you into a better financial reality. He's also licensed in the state of California. So regardless of where you're watching, like we got people up in Humboldt. We've talked about my main man, Winks. He's down in Los Angeles. You know what the cool thing is? Winks could call Los today, and Los would be like, yeah, I got you covered. Los Angeles, yeah, no problem. Tony, give me like a geographical riff. From where to where can Carlos help you? Go ahead.
From Barstow to Bakersfield, from San Diego to Santa Barbara,
How about from Willits to Walnut Creek?
Wonderful. I stand by my from Monterey to Mendocino. That's my go-to, my favorite, because that's actually just a beautiful drive. If you want to just take one all the way up or down, and you'll be.
What about from Antioch to Concord? What about from Martinez to Pittsburgh, if I may? You know what I mean? Yeah.
From Toll House, California, which is Shannon Kaler's hometown, to Tahoma, California, which is the west shore of Lake Tahoe. So,
all right, I think we've covered it.
He's got you covered, is the point. And Los, by the way, we talked about this earlier. He's out of the box, man. You want to know how Los is out of the box? Look at this, dude. Let me get rid of the banner. Let me get rid of the banners real quick. Hang on. Sure. Look at it. This is Los. He sent this to us after he closed his first PMP referral. And check it out, man. He's got the badass Kangol hat on, by the way, which I didn't give love to earlier. And look at that satin robe. And
you know what I'm starting to put together? This didn't occur to me. I'm glad you put this picture back up. I think that robe must. I'm going to guess. I'm going to wager a guess. When we first met Carlos and started talking to Carlos about joining us on the show as a sponsor, he was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, dude, I like what you guys are doing. I want to be a part of it." And we said, "Great." And he goes, "But I'm going to Japan. So when I get back from Japan, we'll start doing the spots on the show." So my guess is that Los grabbed that bad boy in Japan. It's just a guess. That's just what it feels like to me. But in any case, Carlos is a guy that you can trust. He's very easy to he's just like one of us. He really is. Only he's got an expertise in the financial world. So if it is about a loan, maybe just need a loan. Carlos can talk to you about the proper kind of loan that would suit you at the right time. And there's something else I like about Carlos. He told me this when we were first talking to him. He said if he talks to a potential client and he feels like the timing isn't right for that client and it's not in his or her best interest to do to execute the loan at that point, he will tell you. So that's what I like. This is a guy you can trust. He's not just looking to like take your money and screw you and then go run for the hills. If he thinks it's not the right maneuver for you at the time, he's going to say that. And that in itself has an extreme, that's very valuable. Also, when it comes to HELOC loans, home equity lines of credit, there will be no appraisal fees or no hidden fees of any kind. And that's one of his specialties, actually, HELOC loans. So if that's something you've been considering, talk to Carlos first. He's probably going to beat out all the competition in terms of the rates. And there are no appraisal fees, as I said, no escrow, no title fees. Fast closings, Tony, usually within 8 days, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me put this back up for Los. Sorry about that. 925-250-4894 or email carlos@myflexnow.com. Fix and flip loans, reverse mortgages for seniors, the Alt-A loans for people like you and I, Paulie, that are now self-employed, right?
Yeah,
we might be talking to Carlos.
I said that yesterday. I talked to Carlos yesterday. I go, I don't know if the time is right now, but we could wind up talking down the road. We just went through that. And he's saying it on the line right now. If the timing isn't right, he is not going to let you make a financial mistake. He's not going to let it happen.
And that's the beauty of it. If you have a mortgage situation, present it to him and see if he can make it work for you, right? A debt service coverage ratio loans, ITI loans, which is loans without a social security number.
Nice.
Fix and flips. Dude, he's got all these different things that he specializes in. And Paul, you already mentioned the HELOCs. And then again, I just want to reiterate, he's local. He's born and raised here, San Francisco native, Sacred Heart native, and he covers the whole state of California. So we love Los, but not just because he's a great dude, but because he's a man of his word. And if you talk to Renelle Brooks Moon's mom, he helped her out.
Yeah.
If you talk to Don Peralta's talked to Los. My friend Mel has talked to Los. All these people have talked to them, saying he's just a genuine dude who genuinely wants to help you out. So give Los a call if you need some help.
Yes, and he has been helping members of the Polymac Particle community. In fact, he closed a deal yesterday with one of our viewers. So thank you, Los. We love having you on board, brother. Have a great weekend, too. Creative Tony, give me David Lee Roth. Get the class dismissed. Let's go watch some Giant Paul.
You're going to stand by for 1 second, Paul. You're going to give me
it's all good, baby. I know how it is.
This, and you're also going to do. We're going to do Patrick Patton one more time.
Oh, thank you. Give me Particle Land one more time. Thanks, brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Particle Land one more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there he is, man.
Welcome to Particle Land.
Yes, dude.
Hey. By the way, hey, Winks, that's me and you next Thursday night, dude. That's us walking right into freaking Particle Land. Thank you, Patrick Patton. The thing is incredible, man. And thank you all of our listeners and viewers that do contribute in the show email box. We really do appreciate that. We'll do a mailbag tomorrow. We'll finish up Tony's bookmarks tomorrow because we got a lot of good ones in there. Creative Tony, thank you, my brother. Great show today. Shout out to Steal Your Squatch. I like the debut of Steal Your Squatch. I got Too Fast for Love behind me. Shout out to Dom's cough, not Dom Peralta, but Tony's son, Dom. He coughed his way through the show. I heard it. I enjoyed it. I hope he feels better. And by the way, I'm realizing that when we were kids, dude, we got the short end of the stick. I stayed home from school, maybe getting a grilled cheese sandwich, maybe. And then it was just nothing on but like Gomer Pyle reruns. These kids are playing video games. They're on social media. They got it's a big party now. Back in the old days, it wasn't that glamorous. It really wasn't. It kind of made you want to go back to school. You know what I mean? It was like, it kind of sucks. Yeah, staying home.
Totally. And also, I just want to reiterate, high noon tomorrow, and they're broadcasting our show live at Long Bridge Pizza if you want to go there and watch the show. But we'll be broadcasting live High noon tomorrow. Andy Dolich at what, 12:30, Paulie?
Yes, 12:30. Andy Dolich joins us to talk about the history. Well, his brand new book with Dave Newhouse from the Oakland Tribune, and they talk about the history of Oakland sports and where they are today after so many great years. So kind of a sad story, but also a very informative story. Tony, thanks so much for everything. Thank you, everybody, for being on board with us today. It means a lot to us. You guys have no idea. Enjoy your Thursday. Go Giants. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for High Noon. That's a hand gesture I'll never make. But we'll see you tomorrow for High Noon, everybody. Enjoy your Thursday. Peace, y'all.